I think we're going to start. We've got quite a few people that have already joined. So my name is Andrea Williams, Sector Manager for Advanced Manufacturing with the City of Brampton's Economic Development Office. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone to please remain on mute. However, you are welcome and encouraged to turn your cameras on. In fact, at the end of this session, we would love for everyone to turn their cameras on so we can do a quick photo and we can share on our social accounts to show all of the amazing businesses that have joined us today. I would also like to mention that the session is being recorded and can be shared along with the presentation and context that you will see and meet today. There will be an informal Q&A session at the end of this presentation, so please hold your comments until that time. If you're uncomfortable coming on camera and asking the question yourself, feel free to type it into the chat and we will be monitoring that as well. I am honored to recognize that the City of Brampton is located on the traditional territories of the Mississaugas of Credit and the Haudenosaunee-Wendat Nations, who have called this land home. We acknowledge the agreements made in Treaty 19 and are committed to our ongoing role in reconciliation through meaningful action rooted in truth, justice, and respect. We are grateful to the original caretakers of the land who have ensured to work, play, and live in Brampton now and in the future. It is a pleasure to be here with you today, and we are so pleased to present for the first time a collaborative event with both the Peel District School Board and the Dufferin Catholic School Board to showcase how industry leaders like yourselves can be more involved in building your own talent pipeline. There is so much happening here in the region of Peel, and I truly believe we are all working to create jobs for today and jobs for tomorrow. I am joined by my colleagues Martin Bowl, Jasmine Daniel, Denise McClure, and Ella Okan. And we all serve different sectors here in Brampton, but work together for a common goal, and that is to support business leaders like yourselves. Our Economic Development Office has led the privilege of connecting with many of you here today, whether it be through a business visit or email inquiry, and I'm so proud to see so many familiar faces. This event is a direct result of the conversations that we've had with so many of you. We understood that connecting with the local school boards was and remains to be a pivotal goal for so many businesses. So we thought, what better way to bring you together and host a session where you can learn about all the opportunities that exist and the contacts that you need to connect with. We hope this session inspires you to work with your local schools and encourages further discussion in how you can shape the future of our youth. That being said, I'll pass the mic over to Stephanie to introduce herself and kick off the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. We're very happy to be here to speak with you about some great opportunities, which may be of interest. First, I'd like to thank Andrea Williams and her team at Invest Brampton for organizing this opportunity to speak with you. Without her work, we wouldn't be here today. So the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board and the Peel School Board have worked collaboratively to put this presentation together for you. And we hope that you find the opportunities we present to be of value. For the purpose of this presentation, we will each focus on one program. However, all programs with the exception of one, which is going to be clarified later on during the presentation, all of the programs are available with both boards. Our contact information will be shared at the end of the presentation. Should you have any questions or you would like to schedule a follow-up meeting for additional information, there will also be an opportunity to ask questions following the presentation. So to start, my name is Stephanie Lucchesa. I am a Pathways and Transitions Consultant with the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board. My focus is on both the Specialist High Skills Major program and Cooperative Education program. Today, I'm going to be focusing my information on the Cooperative Education program. And my colleague, Alda Nunez, who I will introduce shortly, will be speaking to you about the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program. After Alda's introduction, Lindsay Strawn from the Peel School Board will introduce herself and speak to you about the Specialist High Skills Major program and opportunities in which you can get involved. Alda, would you like to introduce yourself and then we can throw it to Lindsay to get us started?
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephanie. My name is Alda Nunez. I'm with the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board. I support the OYAP program and the co-op program as it relates to the skilled trades. And thank you very much for joining. And we hope that you find the information we are able to share with you useful. And I'll pass on to Lindsay.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Lindsay Strawn. I'm one of two SHSM and EHS resource teachers with the Peel District School Board, and I have a team with me here today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Amy, would you like to go ahead?
Good morning. My name is Amy Petty, and I am the coordinator of Pathways for the Peel District School Board. My portfolio includes the Specialist High Skills Major Program, the Explore High Skills Program, the Dual Credit Program, and some other specialized learning programs as well. I'm going to ask my colleague Nina to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I am Nina Sharma Hansbra, and I am the other SHSM and EHS resource teacher with Peel. So glad to meet you all. And I'm going to pass it on to Anne-Marie.
Hello, my name is Anne-Marie Pottinger, and I am the coordinator for experiential learning. I support co-op and OYAP and a few other amazing experiential learning opportunities, such as Focus on Youth and the recognition for experiential learning credit that I would love to share with the team at some point. And next I would let's Carrie.
Hey, good morning. My name is Carrie Powers, and I'm the instructional resource teacher for both experiential learning and cooperative education. I work closely with my team supporting all of these portfolios, as co-op is a component of all these programs, as you'll find when we go through it. Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie. So this morning we're going to discuss SHSM, but as Stephanie talked about, this SHSM information pertains to both the Peel District School Board and the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board. So SHSM stands for Specialist High Skills Major Programs, and these are specialized programs that were ministry approved in 2006 and 2007. So they've been running for quite a long time. As the school boards grow in size, we've also had the amount of programs that we offer grow as well. It's part of the overall student success strategy to increase student engagement and graduation rates in secondary school. The SHSM program focuses on allowing students in grade 11 and 12 to customize their learning to a specific economic sector while meeting the requirements to graduate from secondary school. Students gain specialized skills, knowledge, and certifications relevant to their chosen sector or industry at their school. And it assists students in their transition to apprenticeship training, college, university, or the workplace pathway. Now, both our Brampton schools, our Mississauga schools, and our Caledon schools offer a variety of these SHSM sectors or areas of focus. Some schools can offer up to 2 or 3 different SHSM programs. Currently, we have arts and culture, business, construction, environment, health and wellness, hospitality, ICT, justice, community safety and emergency services, manufacturing, nonprofit, sports, and transportation. We are looking to add aviation and aerospace partnerships to support the launch of a SHSM in that area. And we will be launching food processing in September for Peel.
Good morning. Again, my name is Amy Petty, and I work for the Peel District School Board. I will take a moment of your time to talk about the Explore High Skills Program, commonly referred to as EHS, which is one of the programs part of my portfolio. This is the one program that Stephanie alluded to earlier that is unique to the Peel District School Board. This is a program for grade 9 and 10 students to prepare for the Specialist High Skills Program that Lindsay just spoke about. Everything else that you will hear today, including the SHSM program, co-op, and OYAP, are offered by both the Peel District School Board and the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board. However, the Explore High Skills program is only offered by the Peel District School Board. Students in the EHS program enroll in a sector-related course in grade 9 and 10, and Lindsay just reviewed the sectors that are offered by the Peel District School Board. So they enroll in courses related to that industry in grade 9 and 10, and they engage in experiential learning opportunities, including hands-on classroom activities, field trips, interacting with guest speakers, job shadowing. They also develop and set short-term and long-term goals, personal, academic, and career-related goals. They also prepare in a sector-related certification opportunity. Certifications range, there's hundreds of approved certifications, but a couple of examples would be safe food handling, project management, lab practices, portfolio development, just to name a few. So the students participate in this certification so they get a good feel for what it means to be part of the specialist high skills major when they get into grade 11 and 12, because completing a bundle of certifications is a key component of that SHSM program overall. I'm now going to ask Nina to speak.
Thank you, Amy. So where do you come in as businesses? So ways to get involved as a business in both the EHS and SHSM programs. So along with completing sector recognized certifications, students participate in experiential learning opportunities and reach ahead activities. You can become involved by hosting a tour of your facility, organizing an industry partner panel event for students to attend and learn more about the sector. So this can be done where you bring in different professions within your business to speak to students about what they do in the industry. Arranging a one-on-one observation or interview of a professional. So again, this could be in person, virtual. Hosting a sector partnered experience where students apply skills and gain insights into the sector as they solve a sector partner challenge. Or even hosting an event at your building for students. At the board, we know that we would love to be able to host more events at businesses. We run 1,000 student events, 200 student events. So if you do have the space and the facilities, please reach out to us, because we would love to be able to host some of our events with your business and work with you. And last but not least, you can also get involved by providing co-op placements for students, which our counterparts are going to discuss next.
Thank you, Nina. So part of the Specialist High Skills Major program is cooperative education. We call it co-op for short. And there are a lot of benefits to the cooperative education program, especially if you're looking for talent. The best, one of the ways in which you can recruit potential employees is by hosting a cooperative education student. And what co-op students are, they're short-term, unpaid workers who can be helpful to you in temporary times of need. Co-op students bring new and fresh perspectives and enthusiasm to the workplace. And co-op students can also work on a wide range of assignments, from specific projects to general support. The co-op programs offer access to diversely talented and highly motivated students. There is an unlimited supply of co-op students. This is an educational program. So it runs during the school year and even throughout the summer. As far as what co-op is, it is a unique learning opportunity for students to gain work experience as well as job-related skills and knowledge while earning credits towards their high school diploma. Co-op allows students to explore the various options career-wise, gather the information that they need so that these students can make better, more informed decisions about their post-secondary futures and beyond. So a couple of logistics as far as how does co-op work. Co-op is offered in the fall, so from September to January. In the school system, it's referred to as semester 1. It's offered semester 2 for our winter term, which runs from February until June. It is offered in the summer starting in July for 5 weeks. And we also have adult continuing education throughout the year, which is a 7-week work term. For the purpose of this presentation, we're going to focus mainly on the traditional day school co-op offerings. Now, what you need to know is that co-op is divided into 2 parts. It is an educational program that entails an in-school component as well as a workplace component. To explain a little bit about these components and what we do at the school level, the in-school component of cooperative education is for the first few weeks of the semester, where students are learning about general workplace health and safety, completing the mandatory ministry certification, WMIS certifications, and going for interviews, learning about the Employment Standards Act, as well as other work-related topics. That is for the first 3 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks of the semester. Then, once the students have begun their work experience, there are scheduled classes throughout the semester, approximately 1 to 2 days a month. And this is where the teacher and the student connect and reflect on making connections between the curriculum and what the students are learning at their workplace. The work term, when the students are in the community working, takes place primarily Mondays through Fridays, with the exception of those occasionally scheduled classes. The way that this varies is that we have a variety of programs. There are the 3 to 4 hours per day students for 4 months. We also have students that are available for between 6 and 8 hours per day for the 4 months, whether it's the fall or the winter term. And then the summer program for the 5 weeks in July, the students are available between 6 and 8 hours as well. The adult continuing education program, those are 7-week blocks, and those students are full-time between 6 and 8 hours as well. As far as the types of careers that students explored, here are just some examples. So you can see that students are exploring careers from the various trades: cooking, baking, hairstyling, manufacturing, auto mechanics, electrical, plumbing. There's also a focus as far as business, marketing, sales, graphic design, programming, ICT, camp counselors, medical field. So it's a wide variety. So our students are able to assist in those areas. And as far as the age of the students, what you can expect, the students are going to be in grade 11 or grade 12 in their graduating year, or it's possible that some students have graduated and are returning for a 5th year to specifically gain work-related experience in their career field in which they're interested. The ages typically range between 16 and 18 years of age. And then just some other, we kind of tried to organize the presentation in the sense of what do you need to know, some of the questions you may have. One of them would be, do you have to pay the co-op student? No. This is an educational program where the student is earning credits towards their Ontario secondary school diploma. So we like to say that the students are being paid in credits. The responsibilities attached to a co-op student as far as providing supervision. One of the responsibilities is to provide job-specific health and safety training. At the school level, we can only provide general. We don't know the specific health and safety training that is required for your particular workplace or that particular position. So we ask that you provide the job-specific training, ensure that the student is safe at all times, make sure the student is supervised, do not leave them alone. And then we also have the students verify their hours, track their hours at work on a weekly basis. We ask the supervisors just verify that the hours are accurate. The teacher that is attached to the student will organize meetings with the workplace supervisor to discuss student progress, student learning, establish any goals for student learning, as well as to address any concerns. And if there are any changes in the student's job or job duties, responsibilities, tasks, we ask that you notify the teacher so that the teacher is aware. Now, as far as the teacher's responsibilities, the teacher is there to support the student in their learning, but they are also there to support the supervisor address any concerns. We want to create an environment where the student has the support to be successful and to learn from the experience. So if there are any items that need to be addressed, please communicate with the teacher. We'd like to work as a partnership to ensure that this program is successful for both our students as well as your workplace. The teacher will schedule meetings with the student's supervisor to discuss student progress, establishes job-related learning goals, and to assist and support the student in working towards achieving those goals over the course of the placement. Now, from a business perspective, what are the benefits? Students are dedicated to 200 to 400 hours of unpaid work, typically over a 4-month period, unless we're looking at the summer school month of July. Another benefit is that you get actively involved in mentoring and training and assessing possible future employees. WSIB coverage is provided by the Ministry of Education for all of the students. Another benefit is that there will be greater awareness of job opportunities in your field and future outlook of occupations. You're assisting students in acquiring the attitudes and the skills necessary for success in the workplace so that they can be a contributing member to the local community. As far as your team, it assists in developing supervisory skills and leadership skills in your current employees and adds value to your organization from a youthful perspective while fostering respect for the workplace. Part of the co-op piece is the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program, which Alda is going to be speaking to. And this is specifically if a co-op student is exploring a career and is placed in a workplace that is in one of the 144 trades. Alda, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, thank you. I support the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program, and students who are involved in earning credits and participating in a co-op placement that is in any one of the 144 skilled trades would be considered OYAP students. They are registered participants. We complete the paperwork for that registration, and the student will be registered with the ministry as with a client ID and a registered apprentice, and they would carry their wallet card as proof of that. The OYAP participant form, section 1 of that form is completed by the co-op teacher for registration and in order for the student to obtain their client ID number. Section 2 of that OYAP participant form is not mandatory, but required to generate the registered training agreement for the student. It is important to note that by generating that sponsored RTA, there is no commitment on the part of the employer past the end of that co-op term. So the commitment is within the co-op semester, and there is no commitment past the end date of the co-op term. So I think that's an important piece for employers to be aware of. It does allow the student to have their co-op hours recognized. Also, it's important to note that some of those students will be participating in the level 1 programs and will earn their level 1 designation within the semester. Usually that happens in semester 2 for the student. Not all students are participating in the level 1 programming. It used to be termed the basic level training, now being referred to as the level 1 training. So students would be participating in the co-op placement with their employers, and at some point within the semester, they would cease that co-op placement and go to the college to work towards earning their level 1 designation. The paperwork required for co-op.
Oh, sorry, Alda.
Yeah.
To interject, did you want to mention how the co-op students are exempt from apprenticeship ratios?
Yeah. Can we just move back to the previous slide, if that's okay? I think that was, yes, thank you. Yeah, that's an important piece to note as well for the employers. That's correct. So students who are participating in co-op placement with any one of the skilled trades, if they are registered co-op students, the employer, that student is exempt from the ratio requirement from the ministry. So that's an important piece. Thanks for mentioning that, Stephanie.
No problem. Okay, so as far as paperwork that is required for co-op, there is a work education agreement, and this is so that there is WSIB coverage for the co-op student. And again, the WSIB coverage is provided by the Ministry of Education unless the student is receiving an hourly wage. And if that's the case, then the workplace coverage, or sorry, the WSIB coverage is provided by the workplace. We also have the students sign a confidentiality agreement, and the student's teacher will arrange a meeting with the supervisor to come to the workplace and complete a placement assessment prior to the student's start. And this is just to note, any potential hazards that exist, to discuss training that the student will receive, is there personal protective equipment that is required, and so forth. And then the last item of paperwork is the weekly log sheet that the student completes to track their hours and also to give an indication of what they have learned throughout the week. And we ask that the supervisors verify the accuracy of those weekly log sheets. Okay. Now, do you have to keep the co-op student for the entire term of their work placement? We hope that it's a mutually beneficial partnership that exists. However, sometimes there are concerns that arise with the student performance. And in that case, you have the support of the teacher who will work with the student and the supervisor to resolve any of these concerns so that the student has the opportunity to improve. We want the student, like anybody, to learn from their mistakes. This is a learning or an educational program for students to learn. However, if after given the opportunity to improve and strategies have been implemented, the concerns have not been remedied, then the placement can be terminated. That is part of the learning experience. But what if you want to keep the student? Let's say the student has had a successful co-op experience, they're already trained on the job, they're a contributing member of the team, and you want them to stay. Is that a possibility? Yes. An offer of paid employment can be made directly to the student. This is a new arrangement that would be strictly between the student and the workplace. This now falls into employment as opposed to education. How that changes things is that WSIB coverage would now transfer from the Ministry of Education to the employer. Now, there's a note here as far as if that co-op student is an OYAP student, there are existing employer incentives that range from $1,000 to $10,000 per student if that student is hired. And we've included some websites for you if you want further information regarding that. The slide deck will be shared. But you can also make note of these websites, or you can reach out to either of the school board representatives to obtain additional information regarding that. Now, with all of this being said, how do you get started? Contact your local school's co-op teacher, could be one of the options, or you can contact the board representatives that have been present here today to learn how to make more arrangements, whether it's for a co-op student or if you want to organize an SHSM event at your workplace. Here's our contact information for the Peel District School Board and the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board. And we will show this slide again as we're taking questions. So you don't have to worry about copying it all down, or if you want to take a screenshot of that, that's fine. The other way to get started is on the Invest Brampton site. There is a link there where you can register and enter your information if you're an organization that's looking to showcase your co-op opportunities. That is another method. Now, to wrap things up, just a couple of timelines to keep in mind, things to consider. If you're looking to organize a SHSM Reach Ahead event or host a tour of your facility, you should connect with the board representatives approximately 1 to 2 months ahead of when you want to host the event. We need a little bit of lead time to put things together, organize things, and then communicate it out to the system in order to get that uptick. If you're looking at offering cooperative education placement opportunities for students, let's say you are looking for help this summer in July for 5 weeks. When do you reach out? Now. We are currently making the arrangements for opportunities for our students that are beginning in July. If you're looking at sometime in the fall, September through January for 4 months, reach out to us in May so we can start putting things together to market those opportunities to our students. And if you're looking at the winter or spring session, which is February to June, early December is a good time before the Christmas holidays. Okay. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, now is the time.
Now is the time. If you are uncomfortable putting on your camera, please feel free to put it in the chat. And if not, this list here with all of the contact information is a great way to start. I see Denise McClure has raised her hand. Denise, if you want to go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you. I was hoping that you could provide some examples. I'm one of those people that I need to kind of visualize. Do you have examples of employers that are working with students, particularly maybe in skilled trades or in our manufacturing environment? That would be really helpful.
Do you mean for co-op placements, or do you mean for OEAP placements, or for SHSM?
Any
or
of
all
them.
of the above?
Any of them. I think it would be really helpful to for us to visualize.
So I can speak to that a little bit. We have numerous employers that we work with within the Brampton and Mississauga area. I'm not sure about identifying specific names of companies, but I can tell you that any employer who is willing to offer the opportunity to the student, we've worked with. Everything from airplane mechanics at the airport, large electrical companies on high-rise buildings, manufacturing companies in the Brampton, Mississauga locations and head offices, both on the plant, in administrative roles. The opportunities and partnerships we currently hold are vast. but we are looking for meeting the needs of all our students and various employers. So we appreciate your attendance and participation in this event. I don't know if that answered your question without identifying employers without their knowledge.
That's really helpful. Thank you.
Perfect. I'll pass it over to Gord. I see he has his hand up here.
Sorry,
maybe
I was just gonna add to that answer
Oh,
a little
sure.
bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the fact that we're always looking for placements in all areas of manufacturing. We have a lot of manufacturing programs for our SHSM program, and very few placements. So anyone that is interested in offering a co-op placement for those students, please feel free to reach out to us because we are always looking.
Perfect. Are we good to move on to the next question?
Before we go on,
Yep.
I just wanted to add that in terms of manufacturing, we have a new partnership with Sheridan College. So students who are involved in a co-op placement related to, for instance, tool and die, or general machinist programs, we're looking for placements in those areas, and the students will, as part of that co-op placement, they will also attend the Sheridan College program to earn their level 1 designation. And that's a new program starting next year. But that needs to be supported with a co-op placement in the industry.
That's great. Good to know about. I'm going to pass it over to Amanda Egan.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm the Director of Talent Acquisition at Lactalis Canada. So we are a dairy manufacturing food processing company. I'm interested in all of the above. So I think we need to part or schedule a separate meeting and start going through it. But we have several sites within this region, and then other regions as well. But I have been reaching out to our plant directors and identifying interest level, and it's there. So how we can support may vary. One of our sites is unionized, so there are some factors that we need to consider, but I've worked quite a bit in this space to know which parties we need to bring to the table in terms of how we can make it work. But the other site I'm actually going to be having a meeting with later this morning is non-unionized. So they may also have an easier opportunity to start moving some of these opportunities forward faster. So I have a TA manager and another member of my TA team on the call as well. So we'll just put our emails in the chat so that whoever here, and if we could maybe have, I don't know if it's one meeting or try to pull it together for the exploration discussion and then move it forward. But thank you for today. And thank you, Martin, for extending this opportunity to us. So.
Wonderful. That's great. And that's the intention. This was just supposed to begin the conversation, and we hope that many more meetings come from this one. So that's great to hear, Amanda. I see Tamara Camel. Did you want to speak?
Yeah, I did. Yes. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Oh, hello. Okay, great. Yeah, coordinating principal students success. I work with PL with our amazing SHSM team. I want to go back to the question about placements and the one who's looking for the visual example. And I'm going to put my parent hat on for a second, just so we all understand where I'm coming from. My son is in an SHSM in manufacturing. This is close to home, and he did a co-op placement at a place that actually sells machines. So they found a place close to the school. He went there every day, and although his SHSM is in manufacturing, this place you'd think might not be a good fit because they sell large machines. But being in the space, getting to work with the machines, he did some cleaning of them. He actually learned to repair a few of these machines. And it ended up being a very positive experience. So, look, what I'm trying to get at here is, if you're not sure how your business will fit, if you're saying, "Oh, I'm not sure that mine is the right fit for kids," talk to the co-op people, talk to the SHSM leads. We can likely find a positive experience for our kids, even if it's not an exact fit from what you think. I just want to open that up and let you know that there are opportunities that may not be exactly what a machinist or a manufacturing person might do. Just keep that in mind. We're always looking for opportunities for the kids, and it may not match perfectly, but it'll also be positive for the kids. And it was great for the employer too. They both got a lot from it. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Tamara. Hassa, would you like to speak?
Yes, yeah, thank you for this great opportunity, actually. A bit of introduction here. I've just moved, recently to Canada, and I think partnership and internship programs are absolutely brilliant. I did quite a lot of this back in the in Dubai, in the UAE. So me coming here as a new business owner here. Until I get a place, will virtual training be, beneficial to, that's one point. And then the other point, if a physical place is necessary, I think we could use what they call a shared working areas and offices. So I just wanted to be clear if I should go ahead and apply or not yet. Thank you.
Excuse me, I can answer that question for you. We do have students participating in a co-op placement that is fully virtual, where they meet with their supervisors either on a weekly basis or a couple of times throughout the week to have those touch points where they're receiving direction on the work that the project that they've been assigned to work on. So we have fully virtual. There is also a hybrid where they will meet in person and be tasked with the project where they can work independently. And then, of course, the fully in person as well. So that is definitely an option. I hope that answers your question. If not, let me know.
Yeah, super. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it.
Perfect, thank you. And I see Jonah has her hand raised. Would you like to?
I just wanted to mention for the Peel District School Board, we have a virtual only secondary school who would be very interested in taking on and finding virtual co-op placements. So it's never an issue that the opportunity is remote because we will find a student that would be more than happy to participate in that way.
Thank you, Amy. Should I reach out to you personally or just follow the either Invest Brampton or the other emails showed in the slide?
Yeah, that's fine. If you wanted to reach out to me, I'll help make that connection with the virtual school.
That's great to know. I didn't even know there was a virtual school in Peel, so I'm even learning something today. Joan, I see you have your hand raised. Would you like to jump on?
Yes, please. Thank you. My camera is not working, so
no
you'll
worries.
have to excuse me on that. I first wanted to applaud this. We have been looking, we're, Aberger Precision, we're a high precision manufacturing facility in Brampton, about 60, 70 FTEs work in our facility. We do have a parent company in Germany. And so what we've always had in Germany is an apprenticeship program that we've capitalized on, really. Students would join us at the age of 15 or 16, and they would basically work with us for life. That is something that we've been looking for years to start in Canada, because what better way to have, a really finely tuned workforce. We do use Sheridan for co-ops as well as full-time employment. I really would love to learn more about that partnership, because if we can have a steady stream of employees, grant, these students the assurance of full-time employment, a career, long-lasting partnership for us as a manufacturer, I think that is where we want to be in terms of building the community. One question for you, the size. So are we looking at student enrollment of 50, 500? I have no idea. And the other question is, for these student tour groups, is this maybe, because capacity is obviously, something we would be concerned about. Are we looking at, we're going to bring in a tour group of 150 kids, 15 kids, 5 kids? If you could put some parameters around that, I would greatly appreciate it.
I can speak to the tour groups for SHSM. So it would honestly be up to whatever your business is willing and able to take in. So we can arrange to a group of 10 students, 20. Again, we work with the businesses in order to give our students that experience and that opportunity to be able to be in the facility and to see firsthand how that sector works. So that would be something you can reach out to us, and we'd be happy to arrange and happy to connect you with the different schools that possibly would be interested in it as well. So that's something we can do for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Wonderful. I see that the chat is very active. I noticed that Gord did put some comments in the chat, and he has been very active in workforce development. So he's included his email if you would like to reach out to him directly, just to have a testimonial directly from a Brampton business. There are also some questions in the chat. One of the questions was, does the internship have to be in Brampton, or can it be near, i.e. Toronto or Etobicoke? Does anyone want to respond to that?
Sorry.
Yes, so
oh,
sorry, go ahead, Stephanie.
go ahead.
For
Go ahead,
us, I don't know about Stephanie's answer, but for us, yes, they can definitely be in other places. And we arrange the students would arrange transportation.
Likewise, our students travel from Caledon to Toronto to Hamilton. So it's a matter of whether the student can get to the placement. But yeah, absolutely. Geography, other than getting on a plane, they can travel, not a problem.
Wonderful. Another question, is there a possibility where visual artists can collaborate with school boards to share skills or build up events for engagement like ecologically sustainable art practices?
Yes, definitely. We've done that with multiple artists in the Peel area, and we would love to expand our portfolio.
Wonderful. Okay. I think all of the questions have been answered at this point. Speak now or forever hold your peace if you have any questions. If not, oh, I see Denise has a question.
Co-op opportunities are specifically skills in this. No.
No. Okay.
Oh, I popped it into the chat. I just had a question about safety concerns, and maybe some of the manufacturing employers on the call can answer it too. But quite often when we're at plants and we talk about workforce development, employers are not willing to try students because they think that the plant is not safe enough for a student.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Anne-Marie.
perfect. Good morning, everybody. My name is Anne-Marie Pottinger again. I am the coordinator for experiential learning. And I think we have like 43 people online. I wanted to take advantage and kind of showcase another opportunity that exists in Peel. So it is called the RELC program, RELC, and that stands for Experiential Learning for recognition for credit, rather. And it's an out-of-the-box concept, but in a nutshell, and I will add a link to the chat, the ministry recognizes the importance of providing students with opportunities to connect with community partners like all of you. And so we are piloting a project that allows students to connect with community partners while working with a Peel teacher for up to 110 hours to earn a grade 11 credit. So we've been focusing a lot on hard skills. If any of you have workshops for students that might be 110 hours, entrepreneurship opportunities or leadership opportunities tied to your companies, you could potentially, and some of you might be working with secondary schools right now as we speak. You can provide opportunities for students to earn 1 grade 11 credit. So if you think a summer camp program, for example, for grade 10 students, 110 hours, engaging opportunities, students can earn a credit. I know it's out of the box thinking a lot of information, but I will be adding a link to the chat right now. And if you have any further questions, and I hope you'll be able to access this information, I just stuck it in, please reach out to myself and we can further discuss this.
I also just wanted to make sure that it came across clear in the chat that co-op opportunities are not limited solely to skilled trades. Where OYAP it is limited sort of to the skilled trades. Co-op in general is related to any industry. We've had students placed at schools, at accounting firms, law firms, HR departments of large corporations. Like, it can be any sort of job, career path. It's not limited.
Wonderful. And Joan, I see you have your hand raised. Please go ahead, jump back in.
Yeah, I just had one more quick comment. I think it was this summer.
Oh, it's a little quiet. We're having a hard time hearing you. Oh, you're muted now.
Sorry, that's even worse. Is it not better? No?
Yes, a little bit better.
Okay, I'll just yell. Last summer, we had an American commissioner come to visit our facilities in Germany. And the main question they had was, how do we maintain proficiency in our trades? Because America as a country is having trouble getting young people in trades. So this is a North American problem, and I am delighted, and I can't wait to share this with our group, the work that you guys are doing, because this directly impacts jobs. It directly impacts our ability to compete globally, to better the economy, to replace the money into innovation, and to really put this region on the map in terms of manufacturing. There is a lot of reshoring that's happening. A lot of business is being brought back to North America. So we need this. We need these young people to be engaged, to realize you can make good money, very good money in manufacturing. And it is an area that if we can do it better first, it will showcase this area. The US is struggling with this, and we had very frank conversations with them in Germany last summer. So it is really timely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Joan. You're absolutely right. And that's why we were so eager and excited to invite all of you here, because this isn't a known information to a lot of businesses, and this is just the beginning. So I'm so glad that so many of you were able to join. I think at the peak of our meeting, we had almost 60 people. So that just shows that there is interest. Businesses are, very much willing to work with the school boards. And I really hope this spurs additional conversation.